Hello, welcome back to the channel. I'm Damo, and in today's video we're going to look at a couple of the safety features that you get when driving along in this 2020 Volvo XC40. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the little bell icon to get notified whenever there's another new video. Cheers. So, you may be lucky or unlucky enough to have two features, functions, from a safety point of view in your XC40, as well as the blind spot information system, which is a little red signal on your wing mirror. You can also get, as part of one of the option packs, adaptive cruise control and pilot assist. They work using the left buttons on the steering wheel. You click the little button in the middle and you can scroll through pilot assist and also adaptive cruise control. When pilot assist is enabled, you get a green steering wheel on the screen, and basically it's doing a little bit of the steering for you. If like this, I'm just lightly touching the steering wheel now. I am in control of the vehicle. If you were to let go of the steering wheel, the car maintains its distance from the car in front. You get an amber warning telling you to apply steering. If you continue to ignore that warning, it beeps and gives you a red warning, at which point it will cancel not only the pilot assist steering but also the adaptive cruise control, so you're back to being fully in charge. So my advice to you would be, use it, it's quite cool, but just bear in mind that it takes a bit of getting used to. Let's try it again. And sometimes, again, based on different road conditions, it's not the best at driving along. Here I am driving along on a road, and it generally doesn't want to position itself in the middle of the carriageway. It either wants to be over to the left or over to the right, to the center white lines. Like now, it's kind of, I don't want to say it's pulling, but it's definitely moving towards the center. And I don't really want that. I'd rather it's stuck into the middle. So although it's kind of taking over, which it is, it's nice. What it allows you to do is take your foot off the accelerator. And in cruise control days of old, you kind of had to manually adjust your speed using buttons, which sort of defeated the purpose of cruise control. You might as well just use your foot on the accelerator to sort of speed up and slow down. In this car, you don't have to do that. It just tracks the car in front. Gives you 3 blocks of colour, grey colour. Grey basically signifying the gap between the car in front. If that car wasn't there, those gaps, those grey blocks actually change. You can turn part of it off, so you can turn the cruise control off, and I believe you can just have pilot assist on. Oh, no, you can't, I'm wrong. If you have pilot assist on, where it controls the steering, it's also going to take over the adaptive cruise control. So that pilot assist on, you get cruise control on as well, or the adaptive cruise control. If you were to turn pilot assist off, let's do that, and just put on adaptive cruise control, you get the little icons telling you you've got adaptive cruise control on, but no green steering wheel. The speedometer that shows the speedometer in the middle, the big white lettering, that is your current speed. The speed below that, in this case it's 60, is the speed in which the adaptive cruise control is set to go up to. So I can increase that and go it up to, we're on a dual carriageway, it's 70 mile an hour limit. I can increase it up to 70 miles an hour. So it won't ever go over that. So if the car in front suddenly accelerated up to 80 miles an hour, the adaptive cruise control in this wouldn't accelerate up to 80 miles an hour. It kind of tops out at, in this case, 70. And you can see that using a creamy brown line on the speedometer. Another safety feature this car has, let me turn it on, which is turned on, once you get used to it, it's okay, but you do have to swipe right on the screen, is lane keeping aid. So that is all about sort of, it doesn't stop you from changing lanes without signalling, but it certainly intervenes subtly to sort of remind you that you may be drifting over. Now this is a very wet, groggy day. It'd be interesting to see how it gets on. So if I turn off the adaptive cruise control, so I'm totally relying on my own 26 years of driving experience to control this vehicle. I wonder if I can handle it. And I mean, there's cars behind me. I don't really want to pull out without signalling because that wouldn't be very elegant. Right, there is now a gap. So if I try, and oh, I'm not going to try, I'm going to pull out. What you should feel, there you go, the car veering over the centre line. The car corrects me very, very subtly back in. So that lane keeping aid, there's no beeps actually, which I quite like. It doesn't kind of annoy you with a beep. Very subtly sort of says, oi, you need to get back into your lane. So that's completely outside of the pilot assist and the adaptive steering wheel control. That's just an on-off option to allow you to control, or not control, subtly prevent you from changing lane without indicating. I'm actually going to renege against it. Didn't do it that time. Oh no, I did it a bit. So I've actually changed lanes into the outside lane because I'm going to turn around at this roundabout. And it didn't quite tell me. What you get in the XC40 is that nice, powerful 190-ish brake horsepower engine, 8-speed automatic gearbox in this particular model, and it shifts along quite nicely. In manual mode, you can see, gives you a little bit of a better feel. If you're used to cars with fewer gears, if you come from a manual 5 or 6 speed gearbox, which most people seem to have these days, 6, 7 is kind of the norm. Having 8's a little bit weird and overkill. When it is in D, it doesn't actually tell you what gear you are in. The only way you know what gear you are in is if you switch it to manual. It would be quite nice actually if it was in D, if it did tell you. I changed it to dynamic. Dynamic is the sporty mode. But be careful because it's a very wet day. See how distracting it is, this screen? Dynamic's the sporty mode, and it still doesn't tell us what gear I'm in. Slip it into manual. Yeah, the 8-speed gearbox, again, being in manual, that's the only real way you can sort of tell the difference between revs and the gears, if that makes sense. So if you're accelerating along, it will go through maybe 500 revs change gear, another 500 revs change gear, another 500 revs change gear, all the way up to kind of 4,500 revs, and then the thing's in 8th gear and you're cruising along quite nicely. The pilot assist does disengage itself at certain times, so if you intervene significantly, I accelerate now. Yeah, the pilot assist will disengage if you drop below a certain speed, as if you approach traffic and almost come to a complete stop. You do have to kind of hit the accelerator again to restart it. And if you hit the brake just like normal cruise control, then that obviously will cut everything out. If you're on an A road with lots of roundabouts, I can't really see the advantage. I think long journeys on the motorway, if you're happy to sort of poodle in the first lane, that's probably going to be when it's going to be the safest, rather than being in the second or third lane. Then it's a kind of nice thing to have. You obviously are on the way to full vehicle driving autonomy. It's that next step beyond the current or the historic old age cruise control systems of old. Thanks for watching this pedal out video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget, if you haven't done already, subscribe to the channel and write in the comments, tell me what you think. Cheers.